Ladies, gentlemen, and androids. PodzQuad Network presents to you the one and only PodzQuad. This is the internet's hottest Thursday night variety opinions and late night talk show. Prepare your ear holes and eye sockets for the phenomenal cast of all cast, in viewership history. We have comedy, the Ghetto media news, Illuminati 101, eat this, don't eat that, new energy spiritual center insights, business stuff, try to not laugh, ask an expert, questions from the crowd, spooky investigations, the Bible Thumper, wrestling, food reviews, and what would you do situations. Stay tuned for the end because we play games that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Support us by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channels or social media at PodzQuad. Tonight's episode features the prolific, magical groundbreaking, angel sword swinging Poegosi, aka Sinister Poe of Drunk Wizard Gaming. The Alchemist, Frontline Warrior, Fountain of Creation. Dini Michi aka Houdini Black of iHeartRadio's Vigilantes Radio. The leader of the Third Light Warrior mission, recording artist, actor, and author. The multifaceted Pastor K-Ice. The Human Library, Master Chef, the Devil's Advocate of the cast, and educator. SK the Wise, better known as SK Mac. Rock star musician, master of kicks and chops, and co-host of What's Up Bro podcast. The knowledgeable, complex, and compassionate, it's Sam Crow.
What is up, guys? What is up? It's Thursday night, and the homies in the house. And this is PodzQuad HQ, episode 124. My name is Dini. We have SK Mac, we have Big Hoss, we have K-Ice, and we have Sam Crow. All the homies are here. Except for Poegosi, where are you at, man?
Hurry up.
Hold it down. Or come on board.
I'm on board.
Yeah, hurry up. Clock in.
Got a lot of stuff to discuss tonight. So what's up, homies? What's happening? Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Happy May 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Happy Haitian Heritage Month.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Cool.
That's dope.
Are you Haitian, Pastor K-Ice?
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah.
I didn't know that. We're going to have to talk.
Okay.
He thought you were Irish, so.
Of course. I mean, it gives. He has that strong accent. Like, my gosh. It fooled me.
Yeah, he does have an accent.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is it that the Miami or is that the Haitian accent?
A little
Probably
bit
both.
of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So he sent me this clip, K-Ice, right before the show. So I want to share that real quick.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. So let's see. They bringing R&B back. Oh my. Okay.
Oh
They
Lord.
bring it hoe.
Now watch this.
Be my tough shit. I'm a soldier. Looking for a soldier, right? Yeah. I guess the niggas see you ain't never met a soldier yet. Yeah. On the 504, you already know. Tell how I talk. Yeah. For the stuff need not take time. Tell how I walk. Whoa. Gun
Now
talk.
walk it out, I can do. I can get it from just for you.
Hey.
You know you my baby.
You know you my baby.
We can do what you
That's hot.
Yeah, it's going viral.
What's that, like the homeless person version?
Woo.
No, well, that's the one that they started it. They going viral now. Other people doing it,
That's good.
acting like them.
That reminds me of that video where the guy is singing, "Please come home." I got
Oh
the
yeah. That's
Yep.
another funny one.
I live for this kind of stuff. It's just so
Mhm.
stupid. It's the stupidest of the stupid. And I live for that. And it actually sounded good. That's when it's the best. When
Yeah.
it actually sounds kind of good.
Yeah, they
It's
just need to
like
get
you
cleaned up.
use your raw talents to be
Exactly.
stupid. And I grow off of that. I just does something to me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were gonna say inspirational. What you said?
Yeah, it is.
That's the
It
word you
is.
forgot. Yep.
It is.
All right, cool. Yeah, that was good, K. I haven't seen that or heard about it. You know me, man. I'm never on top of the trending things.
Well, at least
Real.
somebody is. There you go.
Yeah. Appreciate you, K. All right. So it is week 21 of quotes from smart people and thought leaders and people that make a difference in this world.
Mm-hmm.
This quote says, "People are definitely a company's greatest asset. It doesn't make any difference whether the product is cars or cosmetics. A company is only as good as the people it keeps." By the infamous Mary Kay Ash of makeup. Yeah, Mary Kay Ash. So, what do you think about this, K Ice?
People are definitely a company's greatest asset. Well, they used to say the customer's always right. Back in the days, they don't say it no more.
Yeah, that was only Walmart.
Nah, other companies say that too.
Hashtag hate.
Not Radio Shack and not Hudson's, which I used to manage.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I didn't care what they was talking about.
It doesn't make any
You
difference.
sure that was a company thing or just a manager on the clock at the time thing?
Maybe a manager on the clock at the time, but I wasn't going for it. I had to protect the bottom line.
Define the bottom line, because I think that's where the mix-up is coming.
All right, the bottom line is like the shrinkage. Shrinkage is
Okay.
like theft. Items like you take an item out of a cooler and you set it in the chips, and it thaws and goes bad.
Yeah.
The shrinkage, the negative that comes out of my pocket because I missed the bonus because I didn't keep the tight ship.
Okay.
And sometimes customers are responsible for those slip ups because they don't care. It's not their store. They don't have to put things back.
That's why I noticed they don't say that no more.
Yep. It costs too much to be and then people gonna spend money regardless. Like, look what happened at Target. Black people were supposed to boycott that, but I pulled up the Target and I see black people walking in just like me.
Not a lot of them.
It wasn't a lot, but there were still some, like maybe they were clueless like I was because I didn't know. Amy had to tell me about it. and she told me because you told her about it. She didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, we were not in, you know, and yeah, black people didn't care. I had that conversation with Sam Crow on the show one time, a couple of weeks ago, actually.
They care
Doesn't
enough to
Sam
where
Crow have some
Target saw
stories
that
for
bottom
us?
line that you just talked about being affected.
Hmm?
I said they care enough to where Target saw that bottom line that you spoke of being affected.
Really? What did they do?
They lost a lot of money off that.
Oh yeah, and they tried to do a campaign. What was that? They
Yeah, now they have like black hands and videos on TikTok,
Mhm.
and the people are not here for it.
Yeah.
Are not
I
here
Oh,
for
remember
it.
those conversations though. Yeah. Mhm.
they did the 24-hour blackout for
Yep.
Easter
Yep.
to show good faith. You know,
Yep.
we didn't buy that. We didn't buy that.
Nah.
We didn't participate. We didn't buy or
Yeah.
sell it.
Nope.
We didn't participate.
For sure. So, SK, what do you think about this? People are definitely a company's greatest asset.
I think that's a lie. Like people are terrible. People cost companies money every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I think your greatest assets may be your equipment that you invest in. Because you may
Mhm.
have, listen, just thinking about it, like if I ran a bakery and I buy an industrial mixer,
Uh-huh.
that's a great asset to me. So I need to pick out the best brand, etc., etc., etc. I
Or
may have 20 cake decorators that service that over the whole lifespan of that due to people coming and going. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I get where they're going with it, but also we live in a day and age where the company loyalty thing is not really a concept. We kind of live in a society where it's like everybody is utilizing a job to get to the next point. No one is like really trying to stay on these people's job 30 years anymore. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And you
Interesting.
know, that's kind of where we're headed.
Mm.
Mhm.
So for me, it's more so about the equipment that I'm investing in if I'm that business owner. Because
Right.
people are great, and I'm not saying that I value equipment over people, but just being real, that if I'm that business owner, that
But you
stand
are.
mixer is going to be with me way longer than most of my
So
employees.
you are. See? You value the machine.
They gotta get
Yeah,
that robot. You gonna get that
No,
robot.
SK's
I'm
response
not
is the reason
valuing
why
the
we're headed to
machine.
AI-based
It
society.
asks me what
Yahtzee.
was the greatest asset. And to me, people are more of a liability than an asset. So the greatest asset in the situation would be a mixer
Ooh.
if I'm a baker.
Hmm.
I get what you're saying because with humans you're gonna have error, but with the machine, you know, you're it's gonna be like what 99% accurate.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to perform, it's going to do whatever the task is
But
designated for it to do.
Assuming it doesn't break
The
down though.
so
the
what are
only
people gonna do?
most of the times that you have incident like that, it comes from human error.
Yeah, but what are people gonna do if you know they are flawed in the job market and can't
Well,
perform properly?
here's the other question too, and I know this is part of the conversation what Dini
Yeah.
and I had before too. Is look at self checkout at registers now. No human contact. How
Mhm.
much could theft go up? Because who else was monitoring? I mean, yes, they have cameras there, but it is also easier for people to slip things through. So yes, the machine helps save time because you can check out faster. But in the sense of a loss,
Honestly, we can't even use that one as an example because they have markets that actually utilize the no person concept. And those markets have a different way of checking you out. There's like baskets that detect the weight, the change in weight to know when you're adding products to it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
right? But there's
So
ways to beat that too.
Walmart
That's
is
what I'm
just
saying.
using a camera. So if you really wanted to judge how efficient a place could be without the interaction of a person, Walmart would not be the best example of that. Because you're
Yeah.
right,
Right.
you can just get over on a camera.
Yeah. Sam's Club, they're next level now.
That is yes.
They have
Yep.
this huge thing you walk under.
Yep.
It's like, and the lady's like, It's like, you don't need to see my receipt. Nah, you good.
They already scanned it. Yeah, you're good.
They already scanned it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my wife paid for it while we was walking around.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they're about to. I saw something recently where I think they're going to do adopt the full scan and go model. Like,
Right.
no more of the.
Like, what are we gonna do as humans? Like, just
Hey, Dini.
We're outdated now.
yeah.
I saw in the studio on IG. Guy had these mixing arms that mixed the music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I said, whoa.
I've seen those too. Yeah.
Mixing arms.
Yep.
Dang.
That means no need for a mixer, no need producers. The AI can do everything by itself now.
Yeah.
You can walk in your own studio and be like, I can talk to. It's almost like the Iron Man thing. I can talk to my machine, say, hey, tune up the amps here, put in the sound effects here, do this. Boom. No human other than the artist itself. That's it. And maybe one day we won't even need them.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do as humans?
It's Planet of the Apes stuff. If the humans are defunct now, we are not the top species anymore. Except in this case, machines are taking over.
We're taking over.
See, Terminator taught us something if you paid attention.
Yeah.
Well,
We're
why don't you
still
go find that
determined to
lady that they
defy.
was trying to find and do what Terminator was trying to do?
Which part?
You could, I don't know, like weren't they going back in time to find some lady?
Oh, they were trying to find Sarah Connor, trying to kill John because he was the one that led the resistance with the humans. They wanted.
So you need to go and find Sarah Connor and protect her because you already know, like it. You would hate yourself if it came true. You know the whole plot.
Well, if I only had my DeLorean, I could do that for sure. Yeah.
You need a DeLorean. I think you're cross-referencing two different franchises. I think that's
A
what's happening
plus.
here.
A plus. He picked
I
up
think
on
that's
that.
what's
There you go.
happening here.
Yep.
But you don't need a DeLorean to drive and find Sarah Connor. You can look her up on the internet and just find her and go hang out outside her house and say,
Assuming she's still
"Hey, I'm
living.
protecting you." You know?
Yeah, assuming she's still alive.
You think they killed her already?
She could have died from old age.
Oh, she must be like born a long time ago or something.
She was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought it fell in our timeline.
No, she was back.
Yeah,
She was young back in the 80s.
when we were younger. Yeah.
I've never seen the movie.
It was before your time. That's why.
You never seen Terminator?
No, I just like pop culture, so I know of it.
Oh wow. Okay.
You need to educate yourself. Yeah.
That's American classic. You can't call yourself an American.
Huh?
You can't call yourself an American. You don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's an American classic.
Every actor in the movie was American. How could you make that connection?
Well, besides that,
the lead guy in the movie isn't even American.
Okay,
what country is he from?
He doesn't even hide his accent.
Where's he from?
Okay, I take it back. I take it back.
No. Let me counter. I'll say this. Even though it's an American classic, though. It's part of the American Classic Movie Society. So, boom, mic drop there.
It is.
It is considered an American classic.
Flyers every week in an email or something. Are you on their mailing list? Please subscribe.
I might be
to the AMCT. Like,
we gotta have a hobby. Come on now.
Here?
Well,
yeah,
it's like 100 top American movies, and that movie
of all you have to see like all time. Yeah,
and that movie is.
Which one of them is on there? Because there's like a bunch.
The first two.
One.
The first and second one.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
You know, there's nothing like the original.
Yeah, no.
The sagas are good, but
no, it's the original.
One, like there would never be another Friday.
Oh no,
there would never be another Independence Day. There would never be another Rambo First Blood.
No.
Just
those are classics.
Kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can't remake that or extend that stuff.
You know what was a classic?
What's that?
Players Club. And I use it to govern my life. Like,
really? How so?
That explains a lot, yeah.
Like, you got to think about things in perspective of, are you going to only make enough to buy yourself a Honda Civic?
Well,
like, think about that. When you're doing certain things, is it giving Honda Civic?
Wait a minute. What's wrong with the Honda Civic? I like my Honda Civic.
Listen,
I like mine too.
Stick it out at the Players Club if you want to.
Yeah,
you're gonna be just like Diamond Ass.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay,
See, you
so
fell right
what
for
is
it.
the upside?
Huh?
The person that said he had a Corvette.
Oh,
Oh,
well, I mean, don't go
And it was
chasing
red.
waterfalls.
And
Just
it was
stick to the
drop
shallow
top.
streams that you're used to.
yeah, yeah.
Huh?
I said, don't go chasing waterfalls. Just stick to the shallow streams that you're used to.
That song was not in the movie. It
No,
wasn't. It
but
wasn't.
the context is real
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
it is.
It's
because
not
you
the
got to
same
have
thing.
Corvette money to maintain Corvette.
Mm-mm.
And I know some
No.
people who are car poor, and I know some people who are house poor.
Ronnie was trying to teach Ebony how to make some extra money on the side so she didn't end up like Diamond with a Honda Civic. Well,
Oh yeah,
Diamond
yeah.
had a Honda Accord, so she was a little bit better.
Oh man, come on
Well,
now.
I got
I
to
bought
pick
my
that for
Honda
SK.
Civic
You need a
because it was
nightlife.
cheap and very fuel efficient. It take $20 to fill my tank.
It's
I'll
See,
the
there
take
you
that
go.
every
starter
time.
car.
See,
Versus the Armada that takes like $85 to fill up.
well,
Hmm
listen.
Or even Amy's car that takes like $60 to fill up.
Jeez. Well,
I mean, but
listen,
you wouldn't get
SK.
a Honda Civic today.
When you get that night job, I'll see you at the club with some singles there.
Some singles. You
Well,
wouldn't get in.
And
You
then he
wouldn't
did
get
the
in.
music too.
I'm keeping my big tips,
He
then I'll
would
stay
make the
home.
cut.
Singles. That's funny.
All right, all right. Sam Crow, what do you think about this? People are definitely a company's greatest asset.
So I'm gonna take a little bit of a twist here because again, working on the low levels and being just what they call the lower level employees, the ones that work in the company there, they're the backbone of the franchise there. Okay. I mean, yes, you have to have corporate, you have to have leadership, all that stuff. But the people that really move the product on the floors, that stock the shelves, that do all the grunt work that a lot of people don't see, cleaning crews, maintenance. I've seen everybody. I've been in parts of all that stuff. There's a lot of work, and until I worked retail and I saw that, I'm like, wow, there really are a lot of people that keep this establishment a nice running place, from just changing light bulbs to replacing broken fixtures to whatever it may be. And we've done that too. I had part of, if maintenance wasn't there, it was my job to do that. So I've done all those different things, helping out with keeping the flow going. So I think from that standpoint, and especially people that interact every day, they always say you want them, people that work the floor that are courteous and cordial, that treat customers the best. I always tried whenever I had interactions with customers, whatever the reason was. Not everybody did that, but that was the motto that was presented there. So I think it's critical to understand that everybody plays a part, but it's those, as they say, the little guys that get forgotten in the background, that the unsung heroes that don't get appreciation. Where I knew a guy who worked for the company since the company was there. He'd been there 40 some years, working in the background, janitor, and did pretty much every job in there. Nice guy. And he said, I'm underpaid, but he said, I love my job. I've been here from day one. So, it's people like that testament to, it makes a great company, because you don't have good people working there in the company, it's not going to get a good reputation. People are not going to, want to come in. The interactions. I mean, I've had people have bad days, but you don't want to come off as abrupt either, because it gives the wrong impression. So I think it's very important, and especially she notes there, it doesn't make any difference whether the products are cars or cosmetic. The products will sell themselves if that's a valuable thing, but it's not. It's like the car salesman. The cars don't sell themselves. It's the salesman that sells you that makes you make the sale, right? It's like those guys in the mall, the kiosks, which unfortunately I fallen prey to that because they are just so darn persuasive. I bought things. I'm like, I didn't think I needed this, which I didn't, but the guy talked me into it. So when you have somebody who's very persuasive there, and what is that saying? They could sell mud off the back of a pig. That's the selling point that kind of gets you all the time too. So I think this is very important. I think it's well said, and I think for a lot of companies, this should go recognized for all the employees, especially if you have employees that have been there for a long period of time. Make sure you value them and appreciate the work that they put in.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
Hey, they recognize the essential workers during COVID.
Yep.
That's a joke.
It is.
They
It
went away.
is.
That's a joke.
Yeah, you know.
Well,
It
somebody
is.
hasn't won it yet.
What do you think about this, Big Hoss?
I would have to agree with what Sam Crow said.
Yeah. Likewise.
Short and sweet.
I think people cost companies a lot of money.
Shut up, jailbait.
And I think, oh, wow.
Oh, let's visit that after this.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I'm just gonna add my 2 cents. It's not much, but I believe this statement is only good for like CEOs and their particular teams, and not necessarily the population of a company. When I say population, I mean like the general workers, because they're replaceable. If they are the company's greatest asset, they would do everything they can to keep an employee, but instead turnover rates are high because people are not important unless you're making decisions or you have proven results from your work. But if you're just general population as an employee, there's another you. There's like 50 more of you applying right now. So I don't
And they make
agree.
sure you know it.
Yeah, they let you know that. And I don't agree with this statement unless you are like the top brass in a company. Even middle management or general managers are not important. They're just, honestly, they're really just COs, like correctional officers. They're really like plantation managers.
Mm-hmm.
Not that important. They're just there to keep the subordinates in order or doing their
Yep.
job. But they're replaceable too. There's
Yeah,
100 more of them that just put
that's
it
true.
out.
That's true.
I think a company's greatest asset is its reputation.
Yeah.
And if it's one of those, face value companies, they're putting out a product and they're putting I can trust by buying a product that I'm getting my money's worth, and if it's a defect, they're going to make it right. That's to me is a great asset.
And they closed every Sundays. Sorry, I don't know why I did that.
Chick-fil-A? Oh,
Yeah. That's the only one. Yeah.
yeah, their food's trash.
I'm sorry.
It smells like trash.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not
not
bad
all
at
that
all to you, is it, Sam Crow? You love it, huh?
Better. I honestly say better than KFC in some cases. Not as greasy, I find.
Better than
What?
KFC?
A little bit, not a lot. I mean, KFC is good though with a lot of stuff, but there's certain
Do you
things
get
that
the extra
Chick-fil-A does.
crispy or the
What's that?
spicy?
Right. Do you get extra crispy, spicy extra?
Yeah, I do actually.
Nah, Popeye's better. Popeye's the best.
Okay, now that's a third chain. So there you go.
Okay, Popeye. Okay, you put a little honey and hot sauce together. Yeah, you may have a little something.
War of the Chicken Place franchises. Yeah.
What about churches?
What?
Oh, I don't have one. I don't know. Tried that. I don't have one. I think.
Oh,
around
you
here.
tried it, K-Ice. You tried it.
I know. I know. Back in the day, hey, we stopped eating churches a long time ago.
That's why you stopped eating chicken.
Now,
Yeah.
back in the day, it was real greasy. Your bag was
I
something greasy.
actually mentioned
Big
churches
greasy.
today for dinner. Like, I actually mentioned it today for dinner. I didn't
Ooh.
have it, but churches is nice. I like churches.
Man,
Well,
you
tonight's
bite
dinner
it-
was pizza, so
You
I
bite
enjoyed
into a
that.
breast and you get
That's what
sprayed
my
with grease.
dinner was tonight too.
That's part of the experience. You need to put some hot pepper juice on there. Oil and vinegar don't mix, but
The grease is
it
hot.
gives a real
You gotta
good,
drink that
The
pepper
grease
juice.
is hot
Yeah.
though, SK. So I'm getting 3rd-degree burns in my face.
And you notice they
What
only in the
don't
hood.
kill you makes you stronger.
That's
Ooh, we
true.
got to do a hot sauce chugging challenge there, SK. Let's do that one.
Hey, you
We
know churches
could.
is only in the hoods.
We could.
Yep.
I think that would backfire on you tremendously, but we definitely could.
Do you now?
I'm almost certain.
Okay, how much you willing to stake on that? Your reputation on that? Uh-huh.
Let me think of a Harry Potter trinket you could buy me.
Oh, okay.
When you lose.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll get you the disappearing cloak.
No. I don't want that. I'm gonna tell you what I want.
Okay.
Because I will reject it if it's not something I want. I will reject it loudly,
Okay.
Wow.
loudly. But yeah,
Gotcha.
let's do a hot sauce challenge so you can lose real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking pure straight out of the bottle, no synthetic, nothing. Pure,
Okay. What peppers are we doing?
I'm game for any of them. I'll do whatever you want.
My favorite pepper is habanero, so we can
Do it. I can do
do
that.
something outside of my favorite, so it's fair. Because
We
I'm
could do
sure I'm
ghost
gonna
pepper.
win.
We could do Carolina Reaper. It's up to you.
Let's do a scorpion,
Okay.
or a ghost pepper. We'll flip a coin.
Deal. Wait, do I have one? Yeah, actually, I have a coin here. Wait.
Alexa,
Yeah, here.
flip a coin.
Or that.
Scorpion is heads. Ghost pepper it is.
Boom. Done.
Yeah, can we hear it on speaker?
Yeah, she's on speaker. Actually, the picture is up on my screen that shows the tails.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know they can do that.
Mhm.
Wow.
Game on. I'll take it.
Okay, we gotta find a good brand. So that's what we'll be doing over the next week.
Done.
Find
Deal.
a good one.
Yep.
With ghost peppers. I don't want to mix ghost pepper.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
Everybody-
gonna be fun. I might make some
I'm not
chicken wings for
participating in
mine.
that challenge. I'm good.
But don't be shy. Don't be a baby.
No, I'm good.
I'm with
So-
Big Hoss. I'm good.
Yeah. I'm not on that either.
Y'all don't like spicy foods?
Come on.
I mean, I have a certain threshold.
Hey,
Yeah.
K.I., you're Haitian.
He's Haitian. Yeah.
Hey.
Come on now.
Hey, my stomach can't take those things no more.
What?
No way.
See,
I like spicy though, but you know.
I would love me some nice ghost pepper sauce over some jerk chicken, boy. Right down the oof.
I'm gonna make some fried chicken wings the day we do it.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm getting
And I'm
hungry
talking
now.
about whole wings. And I'm gonna do mukbang on show.
Ooh.
I don't eat in front of people, but that day,
He's going to do it.
yeah.
I'm getting hungry.
I'm
You
trying
know
to
what?
think of my Harry Potter trinket.
I
I'm gonna
might
go
get
look
some
stuff
boneless
up.
wings that day, too. Maybe we'll do... Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Boneless? You do boneless?
Yeah.
I don't
It's
mind
easier to go
boneless
down.
wings. But that's not what I'm going for with this hot sauce.
I prefer bone in. As a
Bones
certain
are good, too. It's just a lot of times I can down a lot more quicker if I have boneless, so...
Well, that's
I
true.
prefer bone in too, but I'm not against boneless.
Is boneless real?
Yeah.
I mean, it's real chicken.
Exactly, K.I. It's boneless
It's real
real.
chicken. It's real enough that if you eat it, it'll sustain your body.
It must be all chicken breasts and thighs.
Yeah, I
of
think it's
course.
mostly, meat. Yep.
Of
Yeah,
course.
it has to
Of
be.
course.
See, I'm not a fan of chicken breasts.
Oh, I love
Chicken
it.
thighs, yeah, I'm good on that. But
Oh, so
chicken
you
breast,
you're a leg and thigh guy, not a breast guy. Gotcha.
no, the meat's too dry.
Okay.
It
Like
is
you have to be a
dry.
skilled chef to do a chicken breast perfectly. Now,
Yeah,
Amy,
it is
she
easy to
did
dry
a
out.
chicken breast that
Well, if they're
wasn't
too
dry.
small, I mean, I'm
time?
talking the big,
Popeye's chicken breast.
Dry.
Popeyes
that
don't
chicken
really
at
have no big
Popeyes.
chicken breast. It's
Dry.
KFC that's got big chicken breast.
Yeah,
It's
they
finger
all
licking good.
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Man, they
Ooh,
gave me a
boy.
small little grill breasts.
Gonna have the wings right here with a bottle of sauce, just that.
So a few minutes ago, Big Hoss mentioned that Sam Crow, you were jailbait or something like that.
Yep.
You have any stories for us?
What do you mean?
So, okay. I'll give you the lowdown of what the experience is like. We won't say why, just because there's a lot of personal reasons there. But here's what you learn, and here's some advice and tips. First of all, don't go if you don't have to. Okay.
But
And
if you have to,
what you see on TV is really not quite accurate. The food, yeah, I have said I think dogs eat better than what having there. Because I lost 10 pounds in like a week from just I couldn't stomach the food after a while. You know, other than drinking water, you get like this fruit, supposed to be fruit juice, but it's basically like, you know, the old style, the quill and pen when you write with the pen and ink. It's basically like drinking the ink bottle, essentially.
Yeah.
Purple and red, and then since it was over the holiday weekend for Easter, we did get soda, but the ginger ale was no fizz, so it was completely flat. It's like drinking sugar water. Yeah. And let's see what else. Personal space, not a thing. So you use the restroom in the middle of your bedroom, basically. So if you share a room with 10 guys, which we did, you know, you kind of had to wait for your moment to try to sneak it in. Usually people are sleeping, you go, but otherwise you're pretty much advertising for everybody.
Wow.
Let's see what else. You really appreciate the time of day because where we were, you know, no idea if it's night or day, don't know what time it is, barely knew what day it was, what the date was. The initial spot I was at, going to bed nights, lights were on 24/7, so the lights were on all the time, so you have to sleep with the lights on. Which when I got moved for a brief time, the second place I actually had to turn the lights off, which made it so much nicer. Also got to go outside a bit, which you realize how much you miss the fresh air when you're breathing all that condensed air in the building in after a while. You also learn the meaning of the phrase trapped like a rat because there's nowhere to go. You get to know your fellow people there pretty well. And what's another good one? Definite key ingredients of toilet paper is a necessity. Make sure you pencils, your cups, all that stuff, blankets, bed sheets, all your personal effects, you keep them close by. It's all you get. You do value appreciation of a shower when they let you shower after several days, so that makes it nice a little bit. And when you have human contact, you realize how, other than the humans that you're with constantly, outside human contact is always nice because you at least get to see a little bit of the outside world. So that, and what is another? Clothing wasn't bad. Other than that, you try to make yourself comfortable. I mean, obviously conditions aren't always the greatest, but you try to make the most of it. So, and then the key factor I had was, which most people kept saying to me, I'm surprised you're not panicking. And my nature would be to panic, but it's not going to do me any good. So the thing was just trying to, keep an upbeat attitude. A lot of guys, we talked. A lot of the guys were big sports fans, so we're talking all kinds of sports stuff, trying to kill the time. Huge shout out to the Celtics, by the way, for moving on, and huge shout out to the Lakers for losing the other night. But aside from that, yeah, I mean, I will say this too. I wanted to note this because just to kind of advocate, and I know it's not like this everywhere, but I think the system really needs to be looked at as far as prisoner care. Because, and again, just from seeing it firsthand, I think there could have been better, proper ways to care for people. I think there was a lot of poor conditions and the balls were dropped quite a bit in a lot of areas. Especially because, we're not in the group of the hardened, type group. We're the very minor, low key. But, you can't tell the difference because the treatment seems to be the same. So I would just speak out saying, I think for whatever state, states do things differently. Just make sure, listen to the people that are inside there. They're still human beings too. Understand that, everybody has rights. Obviously, in this country, there's laws there for a reason to protect us. And just do your best to. I know there's a professional and personal level, but you don't have to be business all the time. Try to understand. Put yourself in their shoes too. Especially once you see, because I said a lot of the guys were saying we could just get a camera in here for a day. People would be shocked at these conditions. And I would have never guessed, had I not seen it firsthand, that this is how bad it could be. So I would just implore you to remember people, again, some people deserve to be there. Others make mistakes. There's things happening, but doesn't mean you have to treat them any less as human beings. That's the key point. And I kept thinking, like, I would never put a dog in a kennel because if this is what they suffer through, like, we had much worse. So, I think that's important to understand that. And I thought a lot about, the thieves that even with Jesus' time when he was, preaching to them and going to the lowest levels of, these absolute, hateful sinners that were, this and that, and understanding, like even the thief on the cross, that the crucifixion was a punishment back in the day, like the stockades or like hanging or, the guillotine and stuff. These were all methods of punishment. And, just thinking like how it must have been to truly understand, like, Christ's condition of having to suffer. I mean, we didn't suffer that badly like he did, but just to assimilate what it's like to be in that kind of position where I can only imagine if I had been, sacrificed or something could have been worse, kind of seeing it firsthand. So, not an experience I want to do again, but I take the high road saying I'm glad to have at least had, I think there was a reason I think that God had me there too, just to kind of, see that. I had a chance to talk to a few people, a couple guys who shared the same faith. We prayed there. We talked to a few people, was able to talk the scriptures for a while there, trying to encourage other people there, which, it made me cry after a while because it see how much it brought me back focusing on the Lord there and to share it with others who were asking me questions about it too, trying to, point them in that right direction and say, just, keep looking up, this is a bad time, but, God's still in control. He's still there. So it was a wonderful experience in that aspect because we were able to touch a lot of guys. A lot of guys came and went during the time we were there. So, but yeah, overall, that's pretty much what I've learned from that. So hopefully this helps enlighten a lot of people. And again, just to understand, it's not to condemn anybody, but just understand, this stuff is real. And I've said before, I shared my experiences working with, retail, catching a lot of people, young people stealing stuff. Listen, this stuff is real. So, if you don't think it's going to come back to bite you, we had one kid that was there, youngest one, 22 years old there. I said, listen, you got time to bounce back, but you said I made some mistakes. I said, look, I get it. He said I shouldn't have ran. I shouldn't have done, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I said, depends on what you do now going forward. You got your whole life opportunity ahead. So, and he said, even at 22, he's sitting there saying, I don't want to come back here again. I said, well, good. That's kind of the point of, the lesson here. So use that as an example. So, yeah, it was quite the experience, but, I like to think I'm better for it and I understand a lot more. So, and I'm hoping to use that in a positive light, but, yeah, there you go. Hope that enlightens everybody a little bit. I know it's a lot, but
That was good.
the movie will come out one day.
tattoo?
I'll write a book too. So what's that?
Then tell.
Did you get a tattoo?
The Bubba story.
No, well, in answer to your question, no tattoo.
Oh.
As far as the Bubba story, there really weren't any. I only had. I think they were joking with me, but the one guy when I actually moved into the block area said, if you want to share a bunk, and I said thank you, but I'll pass. That was about it. So otherwise, people are generally nice, or we kept to ourselves. It wasn't like you see in the films where it gets really creepy and they corner you into selling stuff. So
Hey, if you went to the feds, it would have been like a 5-star hotel.
Yeah, right. The only joke I made, I said this, I will say this. The funny part was they ask you, how do you identify your gender? I said, really? Now, in hindsight, I identify obviously male, but I thought about this. All the prisoners start joking. We busted out laughing, going, "Son of a gun! I should have said female because they would have put me in the female population. I could have spent time over there." Oh, the pillow fights and oh man,
They would have killed you.
Well, that's the other. Then I thought later on, going, if I get Big Bertha, probably not. Yeah, no, maybe that's not a good idea.
They would have killed you for the sport. Just to overthrow the patriarchy as a symbol. Yep. They would have ripped the skin off your face and wore it as a mask in a parade. You don't even understand.
I'm really impressed that you had that much time to think about that, unless you just pulled that off the top of your head. So
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Well, thank you for planning my death so eloquently. I appreciate that.
Welcome.
Yeah. Yep.
Everybody's not that lucky. Everybody sounds
No,
I do have one question for you, Sam Crow.
Sure.
What did you do with your time majority?
Well, the sad part, here's the thing, and when we got there, because it was supposed to be just a holding, was only supposed to be there 3 days, and they said to me, "You're probably going to end up just sleeping most of the time because it's in a room where there's no windows, there's nothing to do, there's no TV, there's nothing." At least in population, they have like libraries, you could have books and stuff, which I had that ability once I moved there. So the first like week was so boring because we pretty much, other than chatting, we got up for meals, went to the bathroom, we slept. That was pretty much it. There was nothing to do. And again, it was the only time we kind of knew when we kind of learned the schedule of the rotation when the meals were served. We kind of knew what time of day it was, because breakfast was usually about 7:30 in the morning. They gave you lunch about 11:30, and then dinner was at 5, and then that was it. And then they had certain periods where they would lock us down. They locked us in the room, couldn't go anywhere else, which there wasn't much else to go. Guards come in and they check every couple hours. They do bed check, and they tell us to get up, stand up for a roll call, make sure everybody's present, yada yada. But yeah, other than that, it was nothing because it was a small room, and we tried to find. I even said I wish we could get we just had a deck of cards or even some pencils and paper, or something. We could have ordered from the commissary and stuff. It's just because it's the holding area, so there's no perks there basically. And again, 3 days was the maximum. While I was there for 7, so I was almost there twice the amount of time I was supposed to be. So after 7 days of just sleeping, let me tell you, I was thankful to get out and start walking around for a while because can only sleep so much,
Yeah. Why was your stay double? Did you knock out the biggest guy?
No, the sad part was, so I got picked up because technically the issues I was facing was in another state, which I wasn't in at the time. So I was technically fleeing from I didn't know there were charges there. So they picked me up staying with my parents here on this side, but they had to extradite me to the state that they wanted me to face charges for. But they said they take their sweet time. They drag their feet to do that. And of course, it was over the holiday weekend. So I'm like, this is probably not going to go real fast either.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. But I even said at some point, I'm like, listen, they got to come eventually, or else you can't keep me here. Only being held here until they move me. So either you tell them, and of course the state says, oh, it's not our problem. It's they have to come. We can't push them, blah, blah. It's the bureaucratic stuff, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, but so I'm telling the family, if you don't hear from me after a while, make sure someone looks into it, because I said I could be here for 30 days or 2 months. I could be here 6 years for all I know. So
shoot,
that's
man,
what I'm starting to get.
looking.
Yeah, well, that's why I was starting to get nervous. I'm like, finally they said, okay, you can pack your stuff up. I'm like, oh, finally they came to get me. I'm like, gee whiz. I'm like, if I got to go one more day.
Some of us did get concerned. Not me, but some of us did get concerned.
Oh, okay. I know you were crying on the inside. You can be honest.
No, not at all. Do you think I caused myself wrinkles?
Well, you have delicate features, yeah.
yeah, that wasn't me. But some of us were sad, so you should thank those that
I did, yeah. No, I reached. That's why I reached out to everybody as soon as I was out and free in there. So yeah, we don't want SK in there because, gosh, I'd like to actually watch you there and see how you react. Your delicate features.
I would probably be the mob boss that I was destined to be.
Okay,
they
all right.
would get me out of there so fast because it would go so left having me in there that
Well, let's put it this way. I've seen a lot of the guys who are buffing there. I know who's going to be the bitch in that cell block. We'll put it that way.
If you think it's me, then you definitely have the wrong idea.
Okay. Well, if you ever go in, let me watch. I want to see it firsthand, see what happens, and see you whip those suckers in the line then. Yep. All those big burly guys.
Like that. It's just, I'll be so diabolical that it's like, we got to get him out of here immediately.
Oh, you're going to be that
pain in the liability to the structure of this building right now. We got to get him out of here.
You got to wear a collar with a camera.
All that does is they'll put you in solitary. That's about it. So
They gonna give him a hug me jacket.
yep.
A solitary, a room with me by myself is worse than me in population.
Yeah. You get tired of talking to yourself after a while, yeah.
Oh, you think I'm talking to myself? I got people on the other side.
Oh, I thought you meant up here. I know you got people up here too. So
That's that hoodoo.
yeah.
All
I love that
right.
movie.
Are you Haitian too, Sean?
All Haitian people are
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No.
I just asked, were you Haitian too?
Because you didn't ask K.I. did he practice hoodoo? I'm feeling very targeted in this
Because
group.
I know what KIs do.
Very
I don't have
targeted
to
in
ask
this
him that
group.
question. I don't have to ask him that question. I know what he stands for.
Yeah.
Oh no. They're night practicers. You'll never know.
Oh, KI, what?
You'll never know.
I'm
They
learning
use
new things
songs
all the time.
in hoodoo.
He's on
So
a hoodoo
you'll
hit
never
list
know.
somewhere.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't mess with no voodoo. I know. Hey, I know people that do though. That's it is part of a lot of Haitian culture. It's part of Haitian culture, and they a lot of them do it.
All right, guys, it is game time.
Woo.
Let me this. Okay. Tonight's game is Guess the Celebrity.
Ooh, okay.
But child photo.
Okay.
I think I can still get it.
All right. Sam Crow is our current champion.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because somebody was too scared to show up for a while.
Oh, me?
Yes, you. I had a clean house.
I could win it tonight.
Okay. That's what Dini said last time.
Oh, come on, man.
Dini is not me.
I had it one time. That was,
constantly.
Had to bring me into it. Okay.
Into this?
I'm not a trash talker, but you said I'm gonna get schooled because you said I got this, and this was I said, okay.
Just for that, I'm gonna take the crown.
You had that ability all this time?
Yep.
Okay.
I smart, so yeah.
I want to see this.
You've seen it plenty of times. What you mean?
Yeah, you're right. About enough I can count on the hand in the last year. You're right.
Nah. You're gonna need 3 people. 3 people. All right. You guys talk. I'll be right back.
Yep, hang on. Entertain yourself.
He almost won 1 week.
He did.
He almost won. I was like, Poegosi. That was pretty cool. Yeah. But I didn't have any mercy on him to fumble or any questions or anything.
Didn't Poegosi win?
No, he most certainly did not. He didn't.
I think it was one. I think he won. Yeah, he did win when it was just me, Dini, and Poegosi.
No, it was UK Ice. You won that time.
I won it?
Yeah, you beat him out just barely on the sudden death.
You did win one recently or something.
Yeah, because it was you and Poegosi on sudden death, and you just barely beat him out.
Oh shoot, I don't remember. But my memory. My memory is getting fried.
One more, I should be good here. All right. Our COVID.
Hey, anybody seen that little girl? Well, she ain't little, but she probably, I don't know, 16, 17. So her parents bought her a brand new, what kind of car was it? I forgot. Brand new. And she said, I don't want it.
Oh, shoot.
She started complaining. She wanted this car. It's another type of car. Like, wow.
Dang.
Boy, spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice car too. SUV.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, guess what, y'all? Little
What?
Gray died. The little gray cat.
Oh,
Oh man, did
The female. Man, I'm like, a week went by, and I'm like, how come I don't see the little gray cat? I'm thinking, okay, she's taking care of her babies. Maybe she finally taking care of them. Nope, she dead. The baby's dead.
oh
oh my
man.
god,
Man, it's only Tiny around here now. Just Tiny bored.
Leo never came back.
Leo ain't come back. It's just been dead around here. It's all good. Yes, my cat days are over. Nice experience though.
I just need to get some more of them.
That was my first time owning, like claiming a cat. So
Yeah.
it was a good experience.
Oh man.
But next time, I'll make them house cats because the
There you
outdoor
go.
man, they be getting beat down.
Yeah.
You know what? No matter
Would have did that in the beginning.
no matter how many times you get sick, it amazes me how much mucus you can produce.
Yeah, they say mucus is the it say if you get, that's what Dr. CB was teaching, that if you can get rid of the mucus, you can get rid of the disease.
No
Yeah, so
disease can survive within a
right.
alkaline, oxygenated environment.
Because
And
How do you
most
get there?
disease come from the overproduction of mucus. Those were Dr. Sebi's teaching.
he said he cured sickle cell.
Yeah, I heard that.
Cured a lot of things.
Yeah, well, man, wait, what talk? What? I'm gonna get some of them products. Get a whole bunch of stuff.
All right, are you guys ready?
Ready.
Oh, Big Hoss left.
He might jump back. Maybe his phone was dying.
He went to the bathroom.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's not coming back then. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't come back last time. He went to bed.
Yeah.
Once that bathroom break, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Here we go. SK, you're up first, followed by K Ice, Sam Crow, Big Hoss if he comes back, and then myself wrapping up.
Bring it on.
Ready, SK? Guess the celebrity by childhood photo.
The quiz show. We've dug up the childhood photos of 50 celebrities. Can you guess who they are? Let's find out. Here we go. Guess the celebrity.
Kirsten Dunst.
It's Billy
Eilish. Nice try.
That was a hard one.
Hey, Ice.
Can you guess this celebrity?
Oh, that's that girl.
It's Ariana Grande.
Oh, man.
Let's
Sam
see.
Crow.
Can you guess the celebrity?
Timothy Chalamet.
No.
It's Timothée Chalamet.
Yes.
Oh, shit. I was gonna say Shia LaBeouf.
I have no idea.
That girl, you know her.
It's Olivia Rodrigo.
SK Mac.
Who do you think this is?
You know,
Mac Dini.
It's Mr. Beast.
Oh.
Okay. Wow.
Hey, Ice.
Jackie Chan.
Oh,
It's Jungkook.
Ooh, it's a good try.
Sam Crow.
What about this celebrity?
I think that was Sling Race.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing.
It's
Dua Lipa. Dang.
Oh man, I have no idea that one kid.
I just said his name.
Mark Zuckerberg?
It's Tom
Oh.
Holland.
No, I didn't say that.
SK.
Who is this?
Oh my God, Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
It's Lil Nas
Hey.
X.
There you go.
Hey, Ice.
You know that girl, K.I. What's her name?
It's Charlie D'Amelio.
Damn, bro.
Whose childhood photo do you think this is?
Harry Styles.
No.
It's Harry
Oh
Styles.
shoot.
Yep.
Which superstar did this youngster turn into?
Taylor Swift.
There you go.
It's Taylor Swift.
Wow. Pulling it out.
SK Mac.
Give it your best guess.
That boy.
It's Shawn Mendes.
Shawn Mendes.
Yeah.
K Ice.
Dang, that's
the girl.
It's Doja Cat.
I thought that was a boy.
Yeah,
She
bro.
did too.
Who do you think this is?
Ah, jeez, I can't.
It's Emma
Yeah, no, I
Chamberlain.
had no idea. Oh,
She
come
was
on.
looking at the eyes, but I have no idea.
It's Miley Cyrus.
It's Miley Cyrus.
Oh. SK
Dang.
Mac.
What about this celebrity?
Oh, that's that girl.
It's
Addison Rae.
K Ice.
That Facebook guy. The owner.
Hell no.
It's
I'm
Finn
sorry.
Wolfhard.
Damn, bro.
Guess the celebrity.
What's her name?
Amanda Bynes.
No,
It's
Millie Bobby Brown. I couldn't think of her name. Dang it.
Who's coming in the driveway?
I said she married Jake Bon Jovi. I couldn't think of her name.
Bon Jovi.
She married Jake, his son.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah.
I see. I know. I knew that.
Oh, come on.
That one guy.
That's that
Channing
boy.
Tatum.
Justin
It's
Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Look familiar.
Mr.
Hey,
Biebs.
Who is this? It's Camila
Oh, Camila.
Cabello.
Okay.
Sam Crow.
Hey, Ice, you mean?
Yeah,
Hey, I
because
see
that was
yours.
mine.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
It's Greta Thunberg.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't. Okay.
Who doesn't know her?
Now me.
Sam Crow.
Who do you think this is?
Oh man.
Oh, Rihanna.
It's
No.
Rihanna.
Yes.
Okay. You got it.
He did.
Yes, I did.
The fact he had to think that long.
Chloe.
It's
Bailey.
not.
It's
Halle
Halle
Berry.
Berry.
Haley. Who? Okay.
That's K.
Who do you think this is?
Oh,
Selena Gomez.
wow.
It's Selena
Pulled it out.
Gomez.
K Ice.
Britney Spears.
It's
JoJo.
JoJo Siwa.
Yep.
Never heard of her.
Sam Crow.
What about this celebrity?
Jenna Ortega.
It's Jenna Ortega.
He's so cute.
Mm-hmm. Oh, come on, man. Sabrina
It's
Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Don't know who that
It's
is.
that me espresso.
SK
Who
Mac.
is this?
Like John Legend.
It's The Weeknd.
Okay. K
I like
Ice.
John Legend.
That is Kardashian.
It's Kylie Jenner.
I would have
PSA.
never. Wow.
I say Kardashian's sister, but
Guess that celebrity.
Sam Crow.
Bucky. I don't know.
It's Troye Sivan.
I don't know.
Duh.
I've heard of them, but
For real.
Megan Thee
It's
Stallion.
Megan Thee
oh
Stallion.
dang! I was gonna say John Legend, but
She's
okay.
so cute.
That's
Whose
K.
childhood photo do you think this is?
Drake.
Drake.
That's what I was thinking.
It's
Oh, Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Nobody cares.
Who do you think this is?
Come on, K-Ice. Oh,
It's Sydney Sweeney.
Sam Crow.
Let's see.
It's Ice Spice.
Okay, yeah, I don't.
What about this celebrity?
Man,
That's Nas' ex-wife.
That's Zendaya, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
dang. SK Mac.
Who is this?
That's that
It's
boy.
Lionel Messi.
Oh, I'd never guessed that.
All right.
K-Ice.
I don't know.
It's Lana Del Rey.
Sure.
My girl.
Sam Crow.
Give it your best guess.
Oh, Elon Musk.
It's Elon Musk.
Not again it.
Who do you think this is?
It's a boy, isn't it?
It's Margot.
Oh, Margot Robbie. I would have never.
SK Mac.
Oh,
No, not Ash.
Pedro
It's
Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro.
It definitely wasn't Ash.
Pedro
What
Pascal.
about this celebrity?
Oh, come on, K-Ice.
Nah, I don't know.
Haley
It's
Steinfeld.
Steinfeld.
Oh.
Sam
Sure,
Crow.
now we get good ones here. Come on.
Whose childhood photo do you think this is?
That's the president, Donald Trump.
That's Trump?
Yes, it is.
It's Donald Trump.
Oh, snap.
Drake.
Tobey Maguire.
It's Cristiano
Ronaldo.
Everybody likes Kenny Drake.
SK Mac.
Oh, come on.
I know this person.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
I thought it was a girl.
Yeah.
K-Ice.
Can you guess this celebrity?
Oh, come on, Kay.
Dang, man.
Man, you know what it is. Beyonce.
Beyonce.
I thought that was a boy.
Sam Crow.
Oh, snap.
That's Drake.
Hey,
That's Drake.
It
It's
Yep.
Drake.
Dang, Beyonce got me.
Man, I know this face.
It's Jacob Elordi.
Well, I don't know that.
Sure.
face.
I know.
at all.
SK Mac.
Guess that celebrity.
Oh, that's Selena Gomez.
No.
It's
Madison Beer.
Cute.
Hey,
Ice.
Guess the celebrity.
Oh, come on.
Bruno Mars.
No. That's The Rock.
It's
Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Thank you for watching this video. We hope you had some fun.
Hey, I thought that was Bruno Mars.
We'll see you again soon
Yep.
on the quiz show.
I've seen his photo before. That's why I knew it was Dwayne Johnson.
That's crazy.
Okay, so here are the scores. SK Mac 2, K-Ice
That's a lot.
0, K-Ice 0,
Dang.
Sam Crow 7, Dini 1.
You didn't give me
He got 3.
You didn't give me Kylie Jenner?
You didn't get that
No,
one.
you did not say nothing close to that.
You said a Kardashian, so yeah.
Not only did he say Kardashian, he said Kardashian's sister.
True. Yeah, there's too many. You got to be more specific. There's too many. And the champion
Sorry,
is.
man. And the champion is still Sam Crow.
Whatever.
Good job.
Y'all
Sorry.
put all these little teeny boppers up here thinking we supposed to know everybody.
Yeah, I definitely didn't know any of these celebs. That's
A lot of them were hard
I mean,
though.
it was
Yeah.
like the cast of Disney today.
I need like 80s and 90s
Yeah,
celebs.
that's fair. That was a tough one, I will say.
Yeah. Named it. Oh, next week game is Name the Old Things.
Ooh.
Current
You
champion.
guys might win that.
Dini, yeah, I was the champion last because I guess
I'll
I'm
have
the
to-
oldest.
I guess I'll have to try to take that crown too. Yeah, huh?
I'm one of the oldest, so I would know these things. Yeah,
Could be fun. Ooh, it's gonna be a fun night.
The elders. That's so
all
sweet.
right. So
Easy now.
we still have time, and what we're going to do now is show a clip from the Bible Thumpers. Yeah.
Ooh.
Thumping that Bible. All right, here we go. Here we go.
I don't see nothing.
It's just taking its time. Here you go.
Oh,
Here you
okay.
Hang on. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Right. Make sure the volume is on. It's on.
When you drunk, you only feel good when you high. And yeah, you may be happy, but you ain't healthy. God get you healthy. See, that sin may be happy, but it ain't making you healthy. That's why God ain't finna bless that situationship. That's why God ain't increasing it. No, God ain't gonna bless that. No, you ain't nobody's side, nothing extra, nothing fun, nothing. He ain't blessing it. I'm not blessing it. I'm not letting you be happy in it. I don't care about you being happy. I want you disconnected from anything that does not represent me. It may be happy, but it's not healthy. That relationship may be happy, but it's not healthy. That addiction may be happy, but it's not healthy. Well, I just feel better when I drink. I just feel better when I smoke. Yeah, because you've been battling with depression and didn't know what to do with it. And because you didn't know how to process when your friend died and your mama died and your dad died and your brother died. You only feel good when you drunk. You only feel good when you high. And yeah, you may be happy, but you ain't healthy. God's trying to get you out of this addiction so he can set you free. You only feel good when you drunk. You only...
The Bible Thumper.
Yep, Bible Thumper. Thumping that Bible. Because you hate to hear the message, right?
Yeah, that's the
because what are we living for? To be happy, not to be, healthy. Some of us are living to be healthy. I'm back in the gym. SK Mac is in the gym.
I need to get in the gym.
Yeah, some of us are trying to get healthy, but at the same time, we're also trying to get happy. And sometimes they come in other forms that may not be in line with what, the Bible says. And sometimes we need to hear stuff like that because we know sometimes what we do and sometimes we don't know what we do. Sometimes we don't know how to deal with certain situations. And the comfort is to escape or to feel some kind of numbness so that you don't have to think about whatever you're going through all the time, because that can be stressful, which is dangerous. That can create anxiety, overthinking, and all kind of dangerous things that happen to your mind if you sit with, bad situations all day long. So what do people do? They find escapes.
Well, I will say, after hearing that spoke to me directly, because that pretty much talked about me, because I might have shared, maybe I didn't, but I lost a good friend of mine this past year. My spiritual guide there, who was my teacher there, like my, Paul, I was Timothy, learning. And unfortunately, it hit me so hard. I fell to those things that were trying to temporarily numb me up because I wasn't as ready as I thought. And it hit me so hard to where that was probably the closest person that I've had so far that really, I haven't had many family members that were close that died. So this is probably the closest to home. So it really it knocked me on my ass completely. I fell through the floorboards and I was just so spun out from it because, the reality just hits you so much. And, and again, I knew it wasn't always the healthiest option, but I wanted to be numb. I didn't want to feel anything because the stress of that. And then dealing with the loss and dealing with, I got to, handle all the arrangements and, get rid of the house and the car. Like, he left all these things behind that he wanted me to do. And I'm like, the stress level was off the charts. So, and I realize now going back, I know it wasn't good, but when you're caught up with that moment, sometimes, The pain is so real. You just look for something just to give you a sound like sleep at night, you know, just something to quiet what you think's going to quiet your mind a little bit. And that's really what I was seeking for. It wasn't for any other pleasure center. It was just, I got to get these voices to stop. This pain is so much. I can't sleep at night. I'm tired of feeling this. I'm tired of feeling the heartache over and over and over. And, you know, if I could at least sleep, at least escape reality for a little bit, you know. So, you know, that's a real message. And, you know, it's good to work on yourself. I've been trying to get healthier too. I want to get back to being physically active and healthy. And, you know, I'm trying to do that, especially after my experience recently too. But, you know, it is a sad thing when, you know, a lot of people don't understand the problems the addictions have there. You know, everybody has something. And again, I'm not justifying that, but you have to understand the people that suffer with those things that, you know, I have people say, oh, well, they're the lowest level of this and that. Everybody has a problem. You know, it's not fair. You can't judge other people. You know, everybody goes through something. And I feel like sometimes, and being in that low point, I'm like, those are the people that are trying to cry out for help the most that just can't get the words out, you know? And people would even say to me, how do we help? I was so wallowed up. I'm like, I don't know how you help me because I don't know what I'm feeling. The pain is just, there's such confusion. Like, I don't know which way is up or down, left or right. You know, I constantly prayed about it, you know, said to the good Lord, I know you took him. It was time to go home. It was just, it left such a gaping hole for me here because now that those words and, you know, the person I went back for spiritual advice, if I was on the straight and narrow trying to go back, that compass for me is gone. So, you know, now I'm left wandering the desert by myself. And, you know, I know God's always there and I never blamed, doubted, or was angry about it. You know, I know he was at peace because he's where he wanted to be. He's obviously in a much better place where hopefully we'll meet again one day. But it was just the human side of it, the pain, the anguish, the first couple of days, like just the tears. I'm like, you know, dear God, what just happened? Like, this can't be, you know, it's like a nightmare. This can't be real, you know?
The flesh.
And yeah. And so, you know, it's something to be said for that. So, you know, try to help people understand that. And it's usually always true what they say too. It's always the quiet ones. It's the ones that are usually by themselves, the ones that don't say much. You know, they need the love and attention. Like we said, you know, Jesus went into the poorest and the most corrupt sections of the areas he went to because those are the people that needed to hear the message. He didn't go to the fancy people, the celebrities, he went to the depths of like the ghettos and the bellows trying to talk to people that needed the help. You know, so it's a really real thing, but that was a powerful example there. And it's a good message. But for anybody who needs that, you know, understand the struggle is real and don't feel shame in the fact that you might've had some struggles, addictions there. Everybody makes mistakes. The question is, what do you do with that moving forward? If you want to get help for that, get out of it. You know, do you recognize that too? But, you know, don't feel so low about yourself that you can't be saved or you can't be helped. I've heard that a lot, even from guys talking to them in my time there too. They're like, nobody's going to want to save me. I'm here. You can't look at it that way. You know, you're not dead. You know, maybe you made some mistakes here, but you know, sin is sin. We talked about that before. It doesn't matter if it's stealing an eraser or murdering somebody. There's no levels of you commit something, it's sinful and act either way. But God's willing to forgive everybody for that. You know, the question is, the hard part is we have to forgive ourselves first. And that's the hardest thing because we're so critical of ourselves. So yeah, that was at least for me, that touched me pretty good. So that was a great video message there. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you're right, man. Especially about sin. I was just talking with a friend of mine the other day. He was like, you know, there's an order to the 7 deadly sins, and I was like, how so? I said, a sin is a sin.
Number one.
There's no like, there's no like tiers. You know, oh, you murdered somebody, that's the top. No, whether you stole an eraser or killed someone, it has the same weight. It has the same price tag, which is death. And he's like, no, man, no, there's an order. It's lust. It's this, and then you keep going. And I was like, no, dude. I said it has the same consequences, whether it's envy, whether it's lust.
Yep. Jealousy, whether it's all these things, you know, and that's the sad part. People think like, oh, I only did 3 out of the 4. I'm not that bad. If you break, it's like the 10 Commandments. If you break one, you break them all. So the Bible talks about that. You know, if you break one of the 10 Commandments, it's the same as breaking all 10 of them. It doesn't. You don't have to break 4 or 5 to be bad. You broke one, that unravels the whole thing. So that's the same thing.
Or people who choose their sins, like I won't do this, but I'll do this.
Yep. same level of offense. Yep. Yep.
You can't pick and choose like which laws you want to follow. It's like a citizen of the USA. All right, I'm not going to shoplift, but I will run the red lights.
No.
It's still a crime.
Still a crime. You know, and you can justify it any way you want, but at the end of the day, and I think that's becoming an illusion. Most people don't recognize. They don't understand that. They say, you know, and there's so many lies of, oh, you know, people are quick to say, well, God forgives, and yeah, he does, but you have to understand, like, in order to be forgiven and forgive yourself, you have to acknowledge the wrongdoing too. You can't just say, okay, look, God, I'm sorry that I stole this week, and then next week you run that red light. So, okay, Lord, well, I'm sorry this week that I, ran the red light. Then the next week you go and you poison somebody. You know, you can't just use that as an escape clause.
That was a mistake.
What's that?
The poisoning somebody was a mistake.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
But
yeah, I get what you're saying. You know, I think me and AC Killer had this conversation on air one time about intentional sin.
Right.
You know, and we said this stuff publicly, so I can mention it. He believes that he can sin all that he wants because Jesus offered grace and mercy and salvation at the cross. That is true. But what I always like to remind AC Killer about is the story of the adulterous woman who Jesus did forgive and pointed out to everyone else who was ready to kill her that, hey, you guys sin too. And if you haven't sinned, then you have a right to, kill this woman. But if you sin, then somebody should stone you, right?
Right.
And he got his point across, but also at the end of that, what most people miss is that Jesus said, "You're forgiven and sin no
go and sin no more." Yep. That talks about we live as Christ would live, meaning we first, we start clean, but we live as Christ would live. We live as a pure life as possible, because even Jesus didn't go and say, I'm gonna. I mean, obviously he was God too, but he didn't sin. He said, live a Christ-like, live as I lived, and again, we're not perfect, but the idea is to try to be as close to godliness that way as possible, because sin is ever present. We're living in a sinful world and we see it today. So
and abundance of sin.
And it still can be a trap that even those, the best of us, can get caught up in. That could still be our downfall. So we have to tread carefully because that war is still going on until the end days.
There's definitely a war.
Yep.
Especially with me, just a little like transparency. I know I say a bit about Jesus and God sometimes on this show, but like I'm one of those people who battle constant good versus evil all the time. Like if you ever seen the cartoons that people have like dark clouds over their head with lightnings and swirls and skull and bone because it's so negative. That's like sometimes I have those sometimes that's me walking around with this cloud over my head that's just dark and there's just all these daggers and negative things just keeping me just wanted to be wanted to do what I want to do and not want to live heaven's movie per se.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I know if I battle that and I like to believe that I'm one of those people who is trying to grow in God things. And I know if I'm wrestling with that, what if somebody who like isn't aware what they wrestling with?
Yep.
I mean,
and those are the people
I'm fully aware of everything that happens to me.
Yeah.
Every single thing that happens to me, even if it's somebody who's close to me being used, I know what that's about. It's not really them. It's because
No.
I refuse to bow my knee to certain things. And what they do in every gangster movie, when they can't get the person, what they do, they hit your family member, they hit somebody who's close to you, because that's your vulnerable spot, that's your weak spot. So of course, the person closest to you is going to get all the bad things, all the temptations, all the whispers, all the lies, until the lies become truth. That's what get you. Because you have that soft spot for, you know, for people or a person. And even when that happens, you still like, well, man, God, like, what happened?
Right.
And it's not. And sometimes, you know, you get that because you're human. You're trying to understand, like, why does these things happen to me? You know,
right? Yeah, it's natural to question it.
I prayed, I fast, I read my Bible, I gave for.
It's our human nature that way.
All these positive things, but I'm still facing trials and tribulations. You know, and part of me, the flesh part of me, just want to give up and say, well, I'm just going to be bad. I just want to be. I don't want to be the nice guy anymore.
That's where I was this past week because of all these things. I kept asking, like, you know, I wasn't blaming God. I'm like, why am I in this predicament? Why am I here? You know, and I'm tired too. And I'm like, I just want to give up. I'm like, you know, if I'm going to be labeled bad, I mean, maybe there's a method.
I might as well go out with a bang, baby.
Exactly, right?
Hey,
that's how I was feeling. Yeah.
Listen, we're gonna go through that struggle to the day we die because we imperfect humans. You know what I'm saying? So everybody go through that. Pinch of holy water, pinch of Hennessy.
Hennessy. So is that what you said?
Yep, that's what he said.
Yep.
Yeah.
How did he end on Hennessy?
And I'm sure Sam Crow got a chance to like hear a bunch of stories. He's like, damn, I'm really not the only one. And there's actually some people in worse situations than I am, which kind of makes me grateful for, you know, the things I do go through, because it's not something that could kill me or, you know, it may distraught me for a bit where I'm acting out or I'm, you know, doing things that are out of the norm, but it's not so far left that I'm a different person.
Right.
Or that I've lost myself in the turmoil or I'm becoming so ingrained with vengeance that I'm just existing to hurt somebody else because hurt people.
Yeah, no. It was more of and that was like the culmination of things I heard. It's like, you know, you learn a lot of people are misunderstood. You know, you can recognize there are some that deserve to be in some of those places because they choose a lot of really wrong paths that, you know, they commit the greatest of these offenses there, which they put themselves there. But then there's others that, you know,
that's conflicting.
What's that?
Because if we're preaching this concept that no sin is greater than the other, then how are we able to say that one person deserves to be in a place like that?
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
He's right. He's right, Sam Crow. Nobody deserves.
Well, I'll rephrase it this way.
Yeah, let me stop too.
The reason is this: when those that make the mistake, those that, you know, if it's a mistake, it's the ones that say, you know, like these serial killers. I kill with no remorse. I have no forgiveness. I don't care about. I just murdered your entire family, and the judge said, "Do you have any remorse? Do you feel sorry for your actions?" No, I could care less. And then, you know what? If you have, and again, I'm willing, everybody deserves a second chance. But if you're outright saying, I don't want this and I'm not sorry. And I've watched several people. I watched a lot of these jury trials where some of these the convicted ones that murderers, they'll say, you let me out, I'm going to do it again. I will keep doing it. I like to kill people.
I think that's the plot from Shawshank Redemption.
Well, you can't believe the movies entirely.
You didn't even know I do that movie. You just tried to play in my face with a movie. You just tried to play in my face like I wasn't gonna catch it.
Yeah, no. That's a good point. I mean, and again, some movies there's I shouldn't say there's not all truth, but you can't go. It's like the internet. You can't go by everything. There are some good examples, but that's the idea of when someone says, "Look, you know, I made this mistake." And I'm owning up to it. I might have to spend a little time here. Okay, you know what? You own up, you made a mistake. Everybody does. If you learn from it and you move on, but if you you vehemently say, I will get out and I'll rob this store. I've been convicted of robbery 10 times. I will get out and do it an 11th time. I'm not going to change my ways. You can send me to court. I'm not afraid of jail. I'm not afraid of the police. I'm not afraid, well, and that's like the menace to society. If you're not going to be productive, then you should be inside them, because you're saying you're going to actively continue to hurt people, whether that's theft or murder or whatever, or these child predators or the adult predator, the difference there is if there's
These adult predators exist. Like,
Really?
I mean, yeah, like I be needing security sometimes when I go to certain places. Like, you
yeah,
can be sex trafficked and men can be sex trafficked. We don't talk enough about it.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a
Hey,
real, but it's people like that. That's where I'm saying is they deserve to be going to just keep doing this. Then there's no chance to rehabilitate. That you're just going to live in that sin of that. Then that's what the Bible. You live and die by the sword. So if you choose that violent, like they say, even gangster world, you live a violent life, you're going to die a violent death. It's just the nature of the law of the beast, the nature of the beast there where that happens. So, if you, and I've known people that both ways that way. It's like, listen, I'm not going to tell you you're going to do what you want to do. I would try to advise you, but I had friends too saying, I'm just going to keep doing this. And I said, okay, that's your choice. But again, it's consequences for it too. So, and I know from when I was younger, I could have followed that path. I probably would have ended up where I was a long time ago if I would have bowed to peer pressure and stuff. But I realized I had my parents there saying, this is not the way you want to go. So you try to stay clear of those things. But, it's just a matter of, you have to learn how to read. I've read a lot of people, and you can tell when they're sincere in the heart, and you can tell when they're just telling you a story, or they're just going to spin their wheels and say, you know what, they're just BSing you. I've had that conversation with many young kids and stuff, people I've taken that were shoplifting and stuff. I said, look, I can tell you're a young, good kid. The other one says, I don't care, I'll do this again. Well, then I'll see you back here again, because you keep repeating the same pattern. It's going to come back to bite you. And one day you keep doing this too many times, you'll get to a federal level. It's going to be 10 times worse, because the punishment stiffens the more you keep, going that path. So, that's kind of the point I say. Those types are the ones, like, if you're going to live that life,
yeah,
you deserve that. But if you have remorse there, then you have that chance to come out. Then don't be there. You learn from it, move forward. That's kind of the line of, there's two differences in that case.
Hey, I heard that's not true. There's sins greater than other sins, but I gotta investigate that more, and I'll come back and tell you what But I heard something about that, but I gotta investigate more.
I'll have to see if I find any. I'll let you know, KS. I think there's a few scripture verses that talk about that too. I just can't think where it is off the top of my head.
Yeah.
You have to search for that. But yeah, that's the bottom line though, is sin is there, sin is present. And, the idea is that we try to, the gift of that salvation is to get us out of that sinful life. So, it's it's the ultimate form of rehabilitation. We don't want to go back to that. We want to move a forward direction. We want to be living as God would live. And, and the thing too is even this, and I've heard it said, even murderers on their deathbed, if they like the thief on the cross who said to Jesus, when we're dying there, remember me when you go into your kingdom. And Jesus said, today, I tell you the truth, you'll be with me in paradise. He forgave him right there on their dying breath there. So even on your deathbed, as long as you acknowledge that and you turn from that, there's still a chance even at that point. So, but it's just the human heart too. How hard does your heart have to be? Because some people, I've had people tell me, don't tell me about God. I don't care. I don't want to hear. I've heard it all my life. It's not for me. I can only sow the seed. I can't force people. That's between you and God. You have to make that choice. But at least I can tell you. But I don't push it. If you tell me, okay, I don't want to hear it, I've heard it. All right, then, I tried, but that was your response. Okay.
We're born to be bad.
Mankind is evil by nature. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like what Myron Golden said on the video I saw today. He said, why did God say for man to love your wife like Christ loved the church, and wives,
right,
respect your
Honor your
husband.
husband.
Because we naturally we ain't doing it like we got to be told to do it because we born bad, man, and so we got to learn. We got to fight to be good.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we bad. Oh, that's natural. That comes easy.
Yep. Since the fall, it's become part of our DNA because that's when sin came into the world, and we've been bad ever since for generations since the Garden of Eden. So yeah, that's true, and that's why I think too. People don't realize. You get the gift of salvation when you're saved, and I was fortunate to learn at a young age. But I also didn't understand until I got older that I still have to work to mature that relationship. That it wasn't just okay. Now I'm saved and I can do whatever I want to do. I have to actively work to be in God's presence daily, be in the Word, be in the Scriptures, listen to His voice. It's a nurture. It's like any relationship. It's a culture. You have to nurture that relationship too. So exactly. And I over time I began to develop that as I got older and I had the right counseling. I knew how to take those steps. But I think that's part of the thing that most people now today, because there's so much misconstrued and misconceptions of religion and all these things, they only get half the message. They don't get and it's a free gift, but it's like having a goldfish or a pet. You have to culture it and maintain it, like having a plant. You got to nurture it. It's not going to grow on its own.
Right.
So
and that's forever.
I mean, it's a relationship at the end of the day, and relationships take ongoing work. You don't just set it
exactly.
and forget it. With
Yep.
a
Exactly.
relationship, we talked about this when we talked about friendship before.
Yeah.
So,
same thing. Yep.
And we're gonna be always growing.
Yeah.
Always growing because.
So you're saying we're gonna be getting fat forever?
We're gonna be what?
I'm not with that.
We're gonna be what? I didn't hear you.
Getting fat forever?
Well, you might get fat. You're young enough yet. You're younger than the rest of us, so you got time to grow yet.
Oh.
But if you have but also being in the chef nature, you know how to eat healthy. So if you eat right and exercise, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Well, only you can make the active choice to do that
And
for yourself.
only you can prevent forest fires, but we're not talking about that now, are we?
All right. Well, I'll send you a bunch of donuts. Then I'm going to help make you worse. Then, okay?
Open a donut shop if you do something like that. Make money off of your jokes.
There's some good places around here if you enjoy donuts.
I can't wait till I'll be able to afford a private chef and a trainer.
Man,
I need that. Yeah.
We're gonna become spending the week at K Ice's then. It's gonna be like summer camp for grown-ups.
Yes,
well, hey man, tell your chef to come here. I got some ideas. I'm hungry.
I need that.
Yeah, man.
We all do. Yeah, that's a hard choice too. Living health. There's so many things in life, actively staying healthy and aging and all these things. There's a lot of things we have to do to work at to keep ourselves not just physically but mentally and spiritually. All these things. Yeah, it's a lot of, and that's talking about pressure. There's a lot of pressure for everyday life for that reason. So,
it's just
I realize
it's no pressure. It's just maintenance.
Well, yeah, but you'll see as you get older. Again, you're not that old yet. So as you get older, you'll see that
No one knows my age here.
No one knows your what?
Age.
I do. You told me.
I never told you my age.
Yeah,
I don't even move like that.
You're at least 10 years younger than me.
Oh no, he's not that young. No, there's no way he's that young.
You don't know how young I am, Dini.
I don't, but I know you're not 10 years younger than Sam Crow.
I think I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
there's no way you're in your early 20s.
Mid-20s.
What makes you think I'm not?
He's my son.
Let's have that conversation.
Because of your best friends. And they're not that age.
all of my friends are older than me. I'm always the youngest in whatever circle I'm in.
Yeah,
I believe that.
I'll take it back then.
Mature.
Nah,
I believe that.
I used to be like that when I was 19.
Okay, I'll take it back then. Because I don't actually know your age number. But
No one does.
yeah, wow.
I know you're
Amy
mid
don't even
20s.
know.
Okay, you gonna make me investigate.
Yeah, Amy don't even
I'm
know.
a very good detective, by the way. A very good one.
We shall see Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Sherlock El Negro.
All right.
Elementary, my dear Watson. Yeah.
Don't be surprised I pull your yearbook picture.
You don't put nothing of my business on this show.
Ooh, send me that. I'm gonna save that for later.
Do that, of course,
Ooh.
without your acknowledgement.
You put it in the group chat if anything.
Yeah, send that to me. I'm gonna save that for later. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm a
Go
very
ahead.
good
Get messed up, Sam Pro. Get messed up.
I'll give you my yearbook photo if you want.
I don't care to have it at the price of mine.
Yeah.
At the expense of mine, I don't care to have it.
Wow.
Did I take a yearbook photo? I probably didn't.
I'm sure you did.
I've always kind of moved
So
like a
throughout
vampire.
your 8 years in secondary school, you didn't take any pictures. All I need is a date.
Ooh, I have that Facebook
In your
photo I can
face.
share. Yeah.
And I could put the timeline of how old you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need. Those two variables: a date.
I try
and
to
your
stay
face.
away from things that'll mark me.
So you've been this way since a kid.
Yeah.
And you're clever.
I believe that. Yeah, I believe that.
You have to protect certain things. You can't start living a facade on a random day, like being telling people,
Okay, you're old soul. All right.
You're telling them all your life you're these numbers, and then randomly, a lady doesn't tell her age. Baby, it's on your Facebook page. I see it on your page. You don't know how to keep up the act.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that could be a fun game night. How old is SK?
Take a guess.
It should be like this 20 questions.
Kodak Black them aged 26.
Yeah, 25, 26 is my guess.
Somebody told me I look like Juice
25 or
WRLD the other
26?
day.
Yeah.
And I had looked him up, and I was like, dang, I do kind of look like him.
Mm-hmm.
Who, Juice WRLD?
Somebody told me I look like
Yeah, I
Juice
told you, man. You look just like Juice WRLD. Every time I see Juice WRLD music, his picture, and I say, dang, look, SK.
It was like, I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, this is freaky, from the way we cut our mustache to our nostrils to the locks.
Yeah, the way you comb your mustache, put the oils in your...
same. Like, I'm like,
you put your makeup on the same way. It's incredible.
Look like you guys are
I
brothers.
put my own makeup on.
Exactly.
You're crazy.
Exactly.
You guys are brothers, or it's a clone of you.
Separated at birth.
I want to get paid if that's the case, because I know I have good genes.
SK been cloned.
I do. I have good genes too. They're made by Levi Strauss.
Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do.
I only have to have...
Levi's are great jeans.
They are. It's
the
a
best.
Jewish tailor. You can't go wrong there.
Until they got to $60 a pair.
Well, that's inflation. That's the only bad part.
Yeah, I'm not wearing that.
Because they have to be imported, and with the tariffs and everything. So,
and I don't like the Walmart version of Levi.
I'm gonna ask
they're not.
right there on
They don't fit
TikTok
the same.
to make me some jeans, or show me how the Amish make jeans. And I'm upset. That Amish girl teach me everything. She teach me how to make Shelly with a few ingredients.
Go to Lancaster. It's great. I've been down there many times. It's awesome.
Or just YouTube University.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm tired of wearing like, I'm tired of buying clothes from the store. Like, I want to make my own clothes. I don't see nothing I like, man. I don't see nothing I really like out there. I want to do my own clothes,
There you go.
Don't have like a spacesuit. I'm tired of this normal shirt and
fishbowl. Yeah. I'm just gonna wear a burlap sack. That's it.
Right.
And then flexing is out the door now. Gucci and all that stuff.
Oh well, that's too much. Yeah.
Now since the work thing came out, yeah,
that's too much.
Yeah. So
trying to show us how much it really costs.
We always knew how much it costs.
We always knew how much it cost.
How much stuff costs.
Man, yeah, we heard about the shops a long time ago.
Yeah, no, we knew that. Yeah, that wasn't surprising.
But now that they openly said it's like, oh,
yeah. The jig is up. It's not really that. Oh, I got this. You're Birkin. It don't matter no more. It's like
now.
Like, so do 10 kids in the hood.
Yeah.
Go get you one of them selfies.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I did though.
But yeah, I feel you, K Ice.
Yeah, it's like
Yep.
my own clothes.
Yeah, I thought about asking my mom to teach me how to sew.
That's a good skill to have.
Yeah, but I didn't want her to look at me, weird. Like, why
No,
you want to sew at your age?
That's that
I can sew.
No. At my age, no, she probably would have showed me.
You can pick
as
up a new
younger.
hobby at your age.
I can sew. I know how to sew by hand.
She may think I want to go homeless or something. Like she may think I want to go homeless.
Well,
I've done that before.
Oh, see, that's the part of the story you got to clarify. Okay, that makes sense.
You've gone homeless before on purpose?
Yeah, my friend was homeless, so I was homeless with him. So he
There you
wouldn't
go. Well, that's a noble thing. I get it.
It was quite.
You
It was
say
quite
you
an
don't have
adventure.
no friend. Where them people at? That you
He
going
died.
homeless for? 'Cause
He
that's
died.
tough.
He died.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that, Dini, but that's friendship there to go out there and join your friend, and that's the whole point I was getting at.
All my best friends died within the last 3 to 4 years.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, she didn't tell you that part, did she?
Oh.
My wife.
Who'd you think?
No,
I knew that.
She didn't tell me none of this. I'm learning this from you.
I'm sure she told you I was friendless.
No, you told me you were friendless.
Oh yeah, I'm friendless. Well, I'm not friendless, but when it comes to like where I live, all my best friends have passed away, except for one.
Well, if it makes anybody feel better, next time if I have a problem and I have to go away, if you all want to come with me, I'd appreciate the company. So how you get there is up to you, but if we all end in the same place, I'll make me feel better. So
yeah, which probably explains my behavior because I haven't really properly breathed.
Yeah, that's
true.
Makes sense.
That's true. Yeah,
I'm like what Sam Crow said earlier. I've been to funerals of family members, but if you're not close to them, you don't really feel that hard.
No.
Yeah, it don't hit like that. But
someone close to you is entirely different.
Walk and talk with every single day for like
it's entirely different.
25 years, and then all of a
soul
sudden
crushing.
they're not here anymore.
Yep,
and you had plans, you had goals, you had unresolved things, and now it's a lot when you're not used to that.
It's absolutely soul crushing.
Man, you kind of all right. Let me take this.
Yep. Very easy to do that because it's so soul crushing because it hits you so hard. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And you don't show it on the outside, but on the inside is all you're thinking about.
Yep. Oh, I was a mess.
Hey, man, are you okay? Oh yeah, I'm cool. Like you're in a trance. Oh,
yep.
Did I?
Yep. I was unraveling from the inside. Like I could barely keep it together. People barely, but it's yeah.
Yeah, you find yourself just saying yes to everything.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's
like what you're doing now, Sam Pro.
What am I doing?
You literally were just doing it.
Yeah. Well,
saying yes to everything.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's funny because not always yes, but it's like you just kind of respond, even if you don't know what you're responding to. It might not be necessarily yes, but like I've had people asking me questions, and I'm like, I'm so out of it, I don't even remember what you asked me. But they're like, well, you responded to me, but I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
Right. Yeah.
My mind was somewhere else. So, and I apologize. I'm like, I wasn't trying to ignore you, but I have this. My mind is completely unraveling. Everything is just falling apart, and I couldn't process. It took me. I'm still not over. It took me months at least to get some kind of sanity back. But like it really rocks you hard when someone like that who's so close that it's like part of you dies with them too. It really does.
Yeah. Or in my case, we were similar in age. He was like a year older than me.
Yeah.
And you start questioning your own mortality. Like, because the way he died, it was like, dang, that could just
be me.
Happen out of the blue. That could be me.
Yep.
It was like, man, did I do enough? Did I accomplish enough? Am I somebody, or am I just going to be a blink and a twinkle?
Right.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's unless you go through. That's why I feel for people. Like until you go through something like that, like you can't really understand fully until you try to be empathetic. You try to understand your like friends and try to be sympathetic, but like you have to go through it to really understand the trauma that it causes you. And for everybody, it's different, but the pain level is still the same. And whether that's a parent, a close friend, someone who's tied that closely, it's like cutting the cord there. It just entirely shakes up the tree inside of you. It just unravels everything, and you just don't know where to turn. Like my mind was like I had no idea which way to look, left, right. Like I felt like I got dropped in the middle of the desert with no direction. Everywhere I go, it's going to be the same. So, and it's like, and then like you talk about that cloud over your head, it was following me like for days and for weeks. And I'm like, I can't escape it. It's like living in a bubble with this rain cloud. And it's like, man, the noise in your head and all these things and you still got to function. But I'm like, how do I do that? And I can't share with people a lot. And I'm not trying to bottle it up, but I also don't want to. I can't go to pieces like being at working or at other public places. I can't just fall apart, even though I want to. Of course, then I'll come home and I'll go to pieces when I'm by myself. But it's such a hard thing. It's unbelievable.
Yep. People will use your weakness as a weapon.
Yep.
So you got to be careful with that. Who you tell, who you open up to.
Yeah, vulnerability, because that's crude. Yeah, that can make it worse.
Mad, and you'll hear it.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, oh, really? Dang, cold, treacherous, diabolical.
Yeah.
Treacherous.
Yeah, that's my favorite word.
That's funny.
Yep. It's true though.
Diabolical.
That's so funny.
I can't believe it. It's not butter.
No. And a lot of times it makes it worse too, because you open up to somebody you want to trust and they just, maybe not intentionally, but they make you feel worse too. So like it goes from bad to worse when you can't even feel like you open up to somebody and they show a little interest or they don't understand or the one I hate the most, they tell you, well, you got to just suck it up and move forward. But I get all that, but I'm
it's
like,
the
I'm
Russian way.
You know what? You know what? My pastor just taught this. The message was get over it. And he said, saying it to a person one-on-one is a rough. You can't just tell somebody to suck it up and get over it.
Right.
But in a group setting, you can say stuff like that. And he was like, honestly and truly, the only way to move forward is to suck it up and get over it. You got to get over the mountain. You got to get over the obstacle. No matter how painful. At some point, you got to get over it.
That's true. And you can't stay there. The
sooner the better, because some people stay at the base of that mountain and they never
in the valley of depression. Yep.
They never move forward, and they just they stay stuck in what happened to them.
Yep. And they get worse and worse and worse. The depression sets in, and they start losing themselves completely. And that's where I recognize too. I'm like, I don't want to be stuck in that valley either. Like I had to move on, but it was just. The first few days, what's that?
I think right timing. I guess somebody could tell you that.
Yeah. I think after a certain point, you have to give yourself a little time to process. Like the day after, I'm telling people, look, it's been one day. I mean, like, give me a break. I can't get over it in one day. I mean, like, he just died 24 hours ago. Like, give me a chance to give me a few days and, slowly but steadily. I still had backsliding moments, but I began to move forward. But it's like, it's like trying to climb a mountain with an anchor tied around your waist. You kind of got to go forward.
You get used to the amount of weight on your ankle and become
you
strong
do.
enough to live you and the weight.
Yeah, and you do, but you realize that it's a challenge. So, but once you hit that stride, you get used to the weight. You learn how to counterbalance, and you keep moving. But that weight is always there. So you have to kind of sort of live with it in a manner of speaking as far as like, moving forward. But it's real stuff. It's tough. I have a better appreciation for people that go through that because I know firsthand what that feels like. So it's not easy. It's difficult.
Yeah, it is. All right, guys. It is 11:05, 12:05 for you guys on the East Coast.
Yep.
9 o'clock for you guys on the West Coast. And we're going to end it here. Great conversation with the
Great
homie.
conversation.
Yeah. Woo.
Sure.
Great conversation. So I do want to say real quickly, you know, what kind of helps me process, you know, pain and things that I go through is I think about everyone else in the world that may be going through something a little difficult or that's not a word, more difficult than what I'm going through.
Right. Yep.
You know, there's some people in worse situations than I could imagine. And sometimes I even think about Christ, like the way he died. What happened to me is minuscule compared to, you know, being killed by your own people.
Same for me. Yeah, this past week alone. Yep.
I mean, it helps in those moments. It don't really take away the pain because it comes back.
Yeah, no.
But sometimes it put it into context that what I am facing isn't so bad.
Right. Yeah.
I'm still alive. You know, there's still time to do whatever it is that's necessary in my life.
But it gives you a little more comfort in that knowledge too, at least to give you a little bit of a break from the pain in essence. Yep.
Yeah, Band-Aid.
Yeah. Yep. All good stuff.
All good stuff. So if you're going through something, you know, I'm not saying don't dismiss your feelings, because sometimes I'm like, man, I have a right to feel sad. I have a right to stay in bed all day. I have a right to binge watch TV and not care about the phone ringing or text messages or being important or you know. I know that's just, you know, the baby in me talking, but
no, that's true.
You know, sometimes pain is just pain. Sometimes you gotta
you gotta embrace it. Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta embrace it. Gotta
like breaking an arm. You gotta lay down and put it in a sling. You gotta take care of it. You gotta
Only way to heal is to face it so you can heal from it. So
No, only way to heal is to take some rubber tests, and then if you out, you got to put a little water in it.
Or that, if you're gonna go that extreme, that's true too. Okay.
Or wrap
SK
up in 10 blankets and sweat it out, right?
There you go. Right. But yeah, anybody out there feeling that way too, you know, again, we feel you there. Anybody ever want to converse? You know, I know for me, I'm around. You guys can reach out. You know, anybody want to talk? I mean, you know, that's what we're trying to do. We try to help out. So just so you know, you're not alone out there. We're here for you guys. Whoever has problems, you know, if you ever need to share, you're more than welcome.
Please don't reach out to me with your problems. I have my own.
I don't. Well, that's SK. I'm an open book. I don't mind. So okay, ignore that guy. But I'm at least speaking for me. So I'm willing to share. And he'll charge you. I won't. So no cover charge.
Man, so I had a friend call me yesterday talking about his marriage. And I was going to share about my marriage, but his was so terrible. I was like, nah, man, let me just keep mine to myself.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all about perspective. It's all about perspective.
True. That's
like,
true.
Man, yours is tremendous. Mine is.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm good.
What happened to me happened every day, B.
Like, thank God that you showed me this message.
Yep.
Nah,
there you go.
It's not so bad.
Yeah, not so bad.
It's helping without realizing you're helping. There you go. See?
That's how you really be feeling. Like, wow.
Yep.
That situation far worse than mine. Let me shut up.
Mm-hmm. Let me be grateful. Jeez.
I could be worse.
I was sad for him, and I got my own things going on.
You're not sad for yourself no more, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. I wanted to hang up so bad. I was so sad.
Well, you learned something.
He totally blew my afternoon.
Like, man, I'm having sympathy pain for you. I'm crying for you. I feel like you're crying inside, but I'm crying on the outside.
Hey, sometimes you got to be.
You know what? And all of this time that we've been chatting, I have made Gatorade slush, the strawberry filling for my strawberry cream cheese.
He says it best.
And clean my pantry. This is amazing. This is amazing.
We all do, Poegosi. We all do.
What up, Poe?
Yeah, we feel you. We all have mental issues.
You know.
Yep.
rap with one of us, man.
Yeah.
You're not in this thing alone, brother.
Nope. We're all in it together. So,
hey, remember we was talking about
We're in it together, but we leave alone.
where did we
That's
go?
right.
Where can we
if you
go
want to
from
be
now?
bleak, I'll call you later. I'll stay with you all night. So I'll come stay with you for a week. You got an extra room? I'll come cup you company. I'm a cuddler.
No, stay out of my space. No.
Hey, you know they got people that charge for that for cuddling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I'll give you a friends and family discount though.
Yeah, that's an actual job.
It is. Well, I'm in the wrong business. Look at that. I got to rethink my resume now. So okay.
Yeah, you could brand that the Cutler.
Yeah. I would use the tickler, but that's taken for all the reasons. So yeah, we'll say the cuddler. All right.
Okay.
And SK is my first customer. I'll give you a friends and family discount. No worries.
I didn't pay him a dime. I didn't pay him a dime. Do not, ladies and gentlemen, please do not.
I'm
a professional. It's okay. Just tell me when it hurts.
So it's
I'm ready to go,
11:11.
Dini. I'm ready to go now.
Yeah. And it's 11:11 right now where I'm at. On a side note, SK, yesterday I saw 11:11 a.m., 1:11 p.m., 11:11 p.m., and then 1:11 a.m.
You're supposed to manifest something at that time.
There you go.
That's what you're supposed to do right then. Manifest.
Yep.
Well, yesterday was kind of tough, though.
You take what you can get.
Yeah, but I just wanted to let you know that I did see that all day.
You got to figure out what the message that's being said to you.
Yeah.
So now you look up that number and you figure out what it means, and then you connect it to why are you seeing it that much. Like there's a meaning behind when you see your birthday on the clock so many times.
I don't ever see my birthday.
I don't either. So
I see my birthday on the clock.
But I see 11:11 all the time, 222 or 333.
There's got to be a reason, yeah. Well, interesting.
All right, I'll take a look into that. I'm not sure how far I'll get.
It's a rabbit hole to be explored.
Yep. I'm insane, but it'll be unleashed soon on shows. I'm live. The guy Adams. I want souls. I need help. Oh man, Poe's trolling.
Just get on here, boy. Next time you come on, bring that craziness here, man. That's what you need.
He needs souls.
Yeah, he's trolling us.
He's sold, yeah.
I know where he could get some. Now he might not like it, but you know
where he can get souls.
Yeah, the black market sells everything. Black market will sell your ass.
You know, you're starting to concern me now, but okay.
Yeah,
the fact that you know that.
The way to get into the Illuminati is with like 7 souls.
Listen, my agenda to cuddle is purely natural. You're talking about selling souls on the black market. I'm starting to get scared now.
You should have been scared.
Maybe I won't come visit there then. Yeah.
I have no idea what the. As long as you don't see 666, I see it at times, but I love 7.
What
You're good, bro.
That it really wasn't 666. It was 999, and we always see it upside down.
Yeah. Now I've been seeing a lot of 3 9s upside down. I mean 3 6s upside down, or 3 9s. But I don't really.
It can't be both. Which is it? No.
When I do see 3 6s, is usually online or something.
Yeah, typically.
Yeah,
that's usually what
somebody
happens.
talking about it or something.
Yep.
You've never seen it on the clock?
No. I don't be on demon time.
Demon time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
all
man.
right, guys, that is our show. We appreciate you.
Yeah,
it's May already. I got to think of our next challenge, but I think it's going to be something dealing with something hot.
Yep.
So, and it's summer coming up, so yeah, perfect.
There you go. Good show.
Have a great weekend and the rest of your week.
Like Sam
said, if you need to reach out, talk to one of us. We're easy to find, I believe, except for SK. We don't want any parts of that.
That's fine.
Keep your negative juju to yourself.
Yep. But the rest of us
If
can
you want
help.
my negative juju, now that's different. I thought you would want me to be saying all frou and inspirational stuff.
No,
I
no,
don't want to
no.
do that.
No, not that. No, we're just saying to be honest and open, genuine. That's all.
Do that all the time when we had a music reviews.
There you go.
Speaking of that artist that we all said was hot, I got to get her on the show.
Yeah.
I keep putting it in the description of the episode, but I keep forgetting to reach out to her.
That'll be cool.
I think her name was Shaudeh Price.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That'll be awesome. Be a great show.
We spoke one time on Facebook.
Well, there you go.
She's not hard to find.
There you are. Okay. That'll be great. Sounds good.
Right. See you guys later.
Good night. I'm taking cold meds and going to bed. Good night, all.
I'm baking tonight, so I'll be up. Night,
yeah. Text you later. Cuddles.
Yeah. Oh my God. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, man.